let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Cousins Gymnasium. Today we have some exciting NESCAC men's basketball action for you as the Connecticut College 11-7 Camels come into Medford, Mass, the home of the 16-2 number 9 ranked Jumbos for game number 5 of NESCAC play. My name is Harrison. Today I'm joined by Jared Cohen and Sebastian Gold. Sebastian, how are you doing today?
Doing good, trying to make it through the cold weather here. So today, Tufts, they're hosting Connecticut College. Last year, we saw Tufts take on Connecticut College with a loss. This year, what is going to have to happen in order for Tufts to get a victory today? Well, looking at that Connecticut College team, it's really a matter of what goes down at the perimeter. Connecticut College throws up the second most three-point shots in the NESCAC, but despite that, their three-point percentage is the second lowest in the conference at just 31.6%. This means that Tufts on the perimeter is really got to take advantage of the aggressive play coming from Connecticut College and be stopping the shots before they even come up. Tufts, in addition to that, has a very large size advantage today, forcing Connecticut College to stick onto the perimeter. Tufts, basically every player in their starting lineup is taller than their opponent on Connecticut College, which means that post play is also going to be very difficult. So the recipe is looking nice if everything goes correctly today for Tufts.
Jared, I know that you wanted to focus on someone on the Conn College side of the ball. Elias Espinosa, recently named NESCAC Co-Player of the Week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's going to be a key part of any potential win for Conn College today. Looking at our keys to the game for Conn College, number one is going to be to feed the man, Elias Espinosa. He's sixth in the NESCAC in scoring. He's first in three-pointers made and three-pointers made per game. He is the center point of this offense. Last two games, 23 points in each of them, and he did end that week with the NESCAC Player of the Week award. So it's going to be a lot dependent on him. But outside of Espinoza, there's other things that they got to do. As Sebastian mentioned, they can't be too aggressive from three. You want to look at their three-point shooting in just their losses this year. Two of those games were solid, 10 of 27. You'll take double-digit makes, maybe 8 of 24. But other than that, 6 for 34, 7 for 24, 6 for 30, 9 for 32. A lot of takes, not a lot of makes. Not efficient ball from Connecticut College from behind the arc. And that's not going to be a recipe for success against Tufts. So you can't get over aggressive from behind the arc. Don't dig yourself a hole with bad three-point shooting. And then lastly, you're going to want to keep the ball moving. Pretty simple, but they are under 10 assists in 5 of their 6 losses. Getting over that 10 assist mark is a pretty good barometer for them if we're going to measure their chance of getting out here with a win. Now for Tufts, pretty simple. You want to get Scott Jamesi going. He is a main focal point of this Tufts offense and defense. 4 20-point games from Jamesi through the first 9 games of the season. He's only had one since then. To be fair, that was a 33-point outburst on very high percent shooting. It was a double-double, but I want to see him get to 20 points. I want to see them kind of get him in rhythm around the basket, and I want him to keep up the aggressive defense as well. 10 steals for the team in 7 games so far, 10 or more steals, that is, and they're 6-1 in those 7 games. Again, you play aggressive up on the perimeter, get those turnovers, you're probably going to walk out of here with a win. And then lastly, pretty simple, this Tufts team is on a roll. Undefeated in NESCAC play so far, 4-0, 16-2. They're only behind undefeated 18-0 Wesleyan for the lead in the NESCAC. Don't treat this as a day off. Connecticut College is a real team. Get in there, get the win, and get out.
Yeah, Jared, you said it. You kind of hit the nose on the hammer there. This Conn College team is not a joke, and they've kind of made an interesting jump in these last couple years. Tim Sweeney, their head coach, he's entering his sixth season as their head coach, joining in June 2019 in the program. But in 2022, he was able to lead the Camels to their first winning season since 2017, and they've made forward jumps every year since then. So this team is not to be taken lightly. They're a program that's improved exponentially in the last 5 years, and they're going to keep making forward strides and look to knock off the number 1 ranked Jumbo Stay on their home court.
I hope they don't hit their nose on a hammer.
Yeah, they got that one wrong.
No, it should be a great game here today. Two teams that are really competitive. I think Connecticut College, they're 3-1 in the NESCAC. Yeah, they're only 11-7 so far. But getting out of those first 4 NESCAC games with 3 wins, they have a lot of confidence coming into today as well. Obviously, home court advantage for Tufts here at Cousins, but we should be in for a scrappy game, and I think both sides think that they can get out of here with a win.
Yeah, most definitely. Both teams have beat Bowdoin, Middlebury, and Williams so far. Conn College only loss is to the Colby Mules. Tufts was also able to beat them, but these teams have played the same 4 NESCAC teams so far, which you actually don't see a lot. So they've faced the same rigor of schedule, and we're definitely getting set for a really good matchup today. We're gonna step aside really quickly for the national anthem. When we come back, we got tip and action from Medford, Mass. Welcome back into Cousins Gymnasium as the Connecticut College Camels get set to announce their starting lineups for the day. Sebastian, I know that you wanted to focus on some perimeter defense for the Camels.
Yeah, so as I mentioned in the open, this Connecticut College team, it's all about their play on the perimeter. And that's not just on the offensive side of the ball. That's also on the defensive side. Now, we look at this Connecticut College starting lineup today. 3 of the 5 players we're going to be seeing, Cam Shanefield, Garrett Clare, and Elias Espinoza, all are in the top 5 in the NESCAC in steals per game. Clare is at second with 2.2, Espinoza third at 2.0, Shanefield fifth at 1.7. So even though the offensive side might be a little bit shaky with that 3-ball from Connecticut College, they still have that strength on the defensive side of the ball on the perimeter to really make a big change today.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that'll definitely be something to watch throughout the game as we see your Jumbos starting lineup being announced. Seems like they're going to go with the starting 5 that they usually go with. Obviously, James Marakis, the guard from New York City. We'll have their guard from Dallas, Texas, my mistake, John Medley, Dylan Riley as well, Joshua Bernstein, and obviously one of the star forwards, Scott Jamesi. He's going to be a big key to victory today for the Jumbos as we get set for tip from Medford, Mass. For game number 5 of NESCAC play, a big game. Jumbos in first place in NESCAC standings. Conn College coming in at number 3 right now, I believe. Big game on both sides of the ball. A Jumbos team that is aspiring to, host the NCAA regional, win an NESCAC tournament. And this is just another step on the way for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're coming in with a lot of momentum. As we said, 4-0 NESCAC play, 6 straight wins coming in today. And this is the first time the Jumbos have been 4-0 in NESCAC play since 2016 when they started 6-0. So a win today and you're 1 game away from that record.
Yeah, you put your eyes on number 14 in the light blue. That's Elias Espinosa for the Camels. Bergen Catholic High School was all NESCAC's second-team player last year. Definitely a player you're going to want to watch. We're set for tip here from Cousins Gymnasium. Bernstein tips it up. Marakis comes away with it. The clock is running. NESCAC game number 5. Let's do it. Marakis swing to Medley. Looks like the Camels coming out in the 3-2 zone. Inside to Jamesi at the free throw line. Backdoor to Medley. Medley cuts. Misses the layup. Rebound fought for. Espinosa comes away with it. Garrett Clark is going to bring it up for the Camels with their first possession of the game. He'll get them into their sets. Screen right, guarded closely by Medley. Now Hartel. Camels usually run about a 7-8-man rotation. Espinosa pump fakes the 3, drives baseline, pulls up for the 2. Count it. Expect that all game.
Pretty shot off the bat for Espinosa. Going to his left on the sideline, just a quick pull-up and knocked it down, but always good to see a first jump shot fall, and as we know, he's coming off 2 huge performances.
Marakis inside to Jamesi. Jamesi free throw line. He'll pull up for that patented floater. Big surprise, he gets that one to go. He's had that all year. I expect him to have it again today.
And how you beat a zone right there, you get the ball into the middle of the court and you go from there. They did that with Jamesi, and it's hard to guard him in a zone like that because of his touch around the basket.
Watson. Now Duran. Back to Watson. Watson probing on Jamesi. Push foul on Jamesi. Watson went for a physical attack there. Jamesi flagged for his first foul.
I'm going to be keeping my eye on that man right there, number 10, Dylan Watson. One of the leading players in terms of minutes played for Connecticut College. And when Connecticut College is on, Dylan Watson is on. However, he shot 0 for 4 in their last game from 3, 0 from 3 in the previous one. And his splits are looking a little low right now, so keep an eye on him.
Alden Duran for 3, missed it way short. Medley comes away with the rebound. He'll push. Jumbos didn't have numbers. They'll slow it down. Marakis drives. Blocking foul called on Duran. Just a 20% three-point shooter. Missed his first 3 from the right elbow short. Jumbos will inbound in front of the Camels bench.
And Duran, only a recent addition to the starting lineup for the Camels, his 4th start of the year. Only averages around 16 minutes per game.
Riley, the lethal three-point shooter, probing on the three-point line. Jumbo's trying to penetrate inside against this 3-2 zone. Swing pass to Marakis. Marakis elbow 3. Missed it way short. Espinosa with the rebound.
Yeah, Marakis missed that, but now you've seen the Jumbos basically the 2 ways you can beat a zone defense: get in the middle and swing it around the top. They've done both with success half of the time.
Skip pass ahead from Bernstein. Little bit dangerous. Picked off. Garrett Clark looks like he's going to be the main facilitator for the Camels today. Looking for a screen. Doesn't get one. He'll reset to Hartel. Hartel, the 6'9 senior from Cape Elizabeth, Maine, feeds to Espinosa. Espinosa's 3, no good. Jared, we see already they're really looking to get Espinosa involved off the dribble.
Yeah, quick trigger, not afraid to shoot it, and that was a good shot in rhythm, top of the key. He'd like to have that one back, get it to go next time, and this zone defense, it's a little bit of 2-3 zone moving up on the corners, but here the Jumbos breaking it yet again.
Marakis takes another 3. This one just rims out.
Yeah, we mentioned in the open the struggles that Connecticut College has had from the three-point line this year. Though it's looking a little bit flipped today, we're seeing Tufts having those same difficulties. We'll see how that impacts their gameplay going forward.
Miscommunication between Garrett Clark and Andrew Hartel. As the Jumbos are going to make their first sub of the game, Liam Kennelly checks in as James Marakis will sit.
I think maybe you want some shooting from Kennelly. I think you got to like the approach so far for the Jumbos on offense. They're doing a good job breaking this zone. Just got to get the open shots to fall.
Kennelly, a pesky defender with a lethal shooter's touch. His pass was tipped. Ball on the ground. Fought for. Going to stay with the Jumbos. They got a little bit fortunate there. This zone is being very pesky so far, giving the Jumbos a little bit of trouble. They've had some success, but they're having a little bit of trouble getting into their sets early in the shot clock. 8 to work with here. They're going to have to go. Shot clock didn't run there. They're going to reset it.
Yeah, you mentioned Liam Kennelly coming into the game. He's currently 7th on the Tufts Jumbos in terms of minutes, so one of the main players off the bench, just averaging 3.9 points per game, but a very high three-point percentage at 43.8%.
Jamessi's floater. You best believe that's good. Jumbos lead 4-2. Espinosa finds Hartel at the top of the key. Hartel finds Clark working around the perimeter, now probing inside. He's got Medley on his hips. Pumps, floats. No good. Rebound Bernstein. Kennelly facilitating for the Jumbos. As this 2-3 zone has given them some trouble, they're going to have to look to attack the middle. Jamessi with an off-ball screen. Now he'll get the ball at the free throw line. Picked up nicely by Watson. Riley will reset it. Kennelly calling for the motion. Riley trying to take his man on. Finds Bernstein underneath. What a find. Bernstein puts it up and in. And one. Great find from the forward shooter. Dylan Riley gets Bernstein underneath for a nice look. Gets the and one to go.
That post game is going to be really important because we see there that was Dylan Watson working at the post at just 6'6", not really a true center. He's going to have trouble with taller players like Josh Bernstein standing 6'11" to make plays happen.
It's a patient offensive possession we saw. Looked like it might have been stalling out at the top of the key. Kennelly finds Riley. The defense pushes up towards the top, and then just when they think, oh, the shot clock's coming down, we're going to get a turnover, that's when you fire it down low. You've got Bernstein. You've got a mismatch a little bit, and one.
Bernstein, only a 56% free throw shooter, misses the chance for a three-point play. Number 5, RJ Casey has checked into the ballgame for the Camels, their first sub for Tim Sweeney and his squad. He's facilitating, guarded closely by Liam Kennelly, a matchup of 2 of the shorter guards you'll see in Division III men's basketball. Hartel finds Espinosa. Espinosa went up, looking for a shot, taken away by Kennelly. Kennelly on the fast break, driving. Shot is up and good. Got it over the outreached arm of Dylan Watson and puts it in to extend the lead. And then on the defensive transition, he tipped the ball out of bounds, almost stole it. Wasn't able to maintain control, but Kennelly's all over the place early in the game.
It's interesting that we're seeing Kennelly deployed in this way. As we mentioned, he's much more of a three-point threat than an interior threat, but that's not really what we're seeing so far. Him driving to the rim, getting those layups is helping Tufts so far.
They've really liked getting Hartel with those screens at the three-point line or the arc of the free throw line. Casey probing, the junior from Nashville. Hartel again at the top of the key, gets the screen. Now Casey driving, offhand, one leg, one arm scoop layup, no good. Rebound viciously pulled away by Bernstein. Kennelly looks to Coach Linton to call out the sets. He taps his chest and raises his left arm in the air. Riley, now Jamessi. Jamessi in the corner. Watt, pump fake, pull up for 3. No good. Bernstein grabs the offensive rebound. Jamessi, the floater. Yes, sir. Jumbos jumped out to an early 10-2 lead here. Camels kind of floundering a little bit.
And that was one of my keys to the game. Get Jamessi into a rhythm early. Tufts has done exactly that. Jamessi 3 for 3, 6 points, all 3 rhythm floaters near the basket.
Espinosa pump fake, guarded nicely by Riley underneath to Hartel. Hartel going to work in the post. Too strong. He was doubled. Good defense from the Jumbos. Medley in transition. He'll find Riley. Riley wanted it. Couldn't pull the trigger. Jamessi to Kennelly. Kennelly will call out the sets. They'll reset for the Jumbos. Kennelly. Medley. Back to Kennelly. Jumbo swinging around the perimeter. Bernstein underneath again. This time missed it too strong. Wanted the foul. No whistle. Casey bringing it up for the Camels. They're trying to go fast. Haven't had a lot of offensive success first 7 minutes into the game. Watson on the perimeter. Wanted the 3, guarded nicely by Jamessi. Now here's Casey. Casey looking for the Hartel screen. Instead, he'll just find him at the top of the key. Hartel not much of a three-point shooter. Casey spots up for the mid-range. Instead, finds Hartel underneath. Turn the ball over. Riley comes away with it. Riley pushing the pace. Wanted the three in transition. Guarded nicely by the Camels. Bernstein baseline again. They're going to have that all day if they stay in this zone look. Kennelly spots up for three. No good. Riley comes away with the offensive rebound on the tip. Jamessi's floater. Yes, sir. He's got 8 of the Jumbo's first 12 points. Coach Tim Kennelly calls timeout. Jumbo's lead 12-2.
And you're kind of seeing a Jumbo team that's operating full cylinders on both sides of the court. Previous defensive possession was just maybe an example of indecisive offense from Conn College. Ball sticking to the top of the key. You're seeing too many players pick up their dribble. You're left in no man's land, and then Tufts has the advantage of the defensive end. They see where that pick and roll is going. They get the steal, and then on the other end, just really well-coached offense as we've seen all season long. Ball moves around. They're looking to beat the zone. Gets to Bernstein on the sideline. Swing back. Open three-point shot miss, but you got the size underneath. Rebound and put back in from Jamesi. He is just, we take for granted sometimes when the ball's near the hoop, you assume it should be going in the basket. That's not always true. We see a lot of teams, a lot of players struggle to be efficient even within 5 feet. But anytime Jamesi gets the ball down near the restricted area, it's almost perfect.
Yeah, I mean, he's a coach's dream player, and 8 of the first 12 points for the Jumbos on 4 for 4 from the field. The Jumbos have had no trouble dismantling this 2-3, 3-2 kind of pesky Campbell zone. I was giving them a little bit of trouble at the start, but Coach Linton has called the right sets. They've executed and been able to put themselves in a good spot to get good looks at the basket.
I think if you were to look at Scott Jamesi's shot chart on the season, first of all, he's second in the NESCAC in field goal percentage at 62.6%. But if you were to look at his shot chart, it would be a lot of attempts right within 5 feet and then a bunch of wide open threes, of which he's shooting 50% on those. So you're not getting anything in between. You're getting basically the 2 best shots in basketball anytime he has the ball. And that's so easy, or much easier, to kind of design an offense around a skill set like that than having to manufacture touches for someone who might be a little bit more active around the perimeter.
Messi, a perfect example of a player who knows who he is. He can make the three, doesn't take it too much, but when he does, he shoots it at a high percentage look because they're so scared of what he has underneath. As we have a little bit of a malfunctioning scoreboard, I think we're going to get set for action here in just a second, but an exceptional start for the Jumbo, Sebastian.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking about the perimeter game going in. Still, no three-point shots made for either team. Has not been a problem for Tufts.
Watson probing. He was fouled on the reach by Bernstein.
And I think maybe a difference between this Tufts team and past years is you look at Kennelly coming in early today. Maracas has been arguably a top 5, top 10 player in the NESCAC so far this season. Maybe coach just didn't love the look that Maracas had against this zone defense. You bring in Kennelly, you got a scrappy presence off the bench, and now you're cooking. It doesn't really matter. You have plug-and-play pieces, even with a guy who basically is a star like Maracas.
Jumbo's dropping into a 3-2 zone, and yeah, you said it. Maracas leads the team in points per game, averaging almost 19, which is really hard to do in Division III men's basketball. But he sat on the bench for the most of this first quarter. Watson underneath, going to work on Bernstein. His floater, that's good. Camels were finally able to get the ball underneath, and a large contingency of Camels fans erupts as they get their 3rd and 4th points of the game. Looks like the Camels going into man defense for the first time. My mistake. They're gonna stay in zone. Kennelly and Medley playing catch on the perimeter. Riley in the corner. Jamesi floater. No, almost got the contested look to go. You're surprised when every shot of his doesn't go in. Jamesi takes another floater. This one missed it short. Rebound fought for. Another offensive rebound. That's the 4th already in the first half. Riley underneath to Jamesi.
Oh, beautiful.
First, he goes up and throws it down on his head. A head tap early for the 6'11 junior center from Miami, Florida. Josh Bernstein hammered that one home.
Liquid basketball. Ball moving everywhere. You get second chance after second chance. And when the approach is correct, the results will be there. And the approach has been on target for the Jumbo so far.
Watson missed that 3 short. Everything going right for the Jumbos right now. Kennelly brings it across the Jumbo logo. 4 subs coming to the table for the Jumbos. Bernstein underneath again. This time he rises up. Another 2-hand flush. That's 2 straight possessions with the head tap on 2 different Camel defenders for Josh Bernstein. He's dominating underneath.
No one in the area that can possibly contest that shot. And if you're Connecticut College, at some point you got to get out of this zone.
You got to wonder when Tim Sweeney is going to make the switch from this kind of hybrid 2-3, 3T zone into maybe a man defense or a different zone look, as we see 4 subs for the Jumbos. Maracas, Wooten, Quinn Kane, and Truman Gettings all check in for the Jumbos. Scott Jamesi, the only starter who will stay out there. Maracas, another starter who hasn't gotten that much playing time today.
And I think this is a great rotation. You look at it, as a steal on the inbound.
Yeah, Camels went into a high press there and had some success as they finally kind of changed up the look. Jumbos get it right back. Wooten on the ground for it. Looks like the ball is going to be going to the Jumbos.
But as I was saying, I think you take out Maracas early. That could be a planned substitution because now you have Maracas come back in. You keep Jamesi on the floor, and you get some run with some of the second unit.
Yeah.
I think Gettings and Maracas are a great combo on the floor together. So rotations for Coach Linton. He knows what he's doing, and they have so many plug-and-play pieces on this roster that can, they're already up 12, try to extend this lead, even when you have someone like Bernstein on the bench.
Looks like the Camels are in a 1-3-1 defense here. Another unique look. Bernstein is checked out, so Jumbos don't have that same exact height underneath, but Gettings will still look to go to work. Jamesi in the post, double team, kicks out. Wooten, 3. No, sir. Rebound fought for. Another offensive rebound. Maracas probing, pulling up. Yes, sir. Gets that to go. Jumbo's leading scorer has had much of the first half. Gets his third shot to go. He's got 2 points. Jumbo's lead by 14.
5 offensive rebounds already for the Jumbos, 0 for Connecticut College, and that is really where the discrepancy on the scoreboard, 14-point lead, is coming from.
Edward Harrison driving. Can't get the shot to go. Jamesi comes away with the rebound.
And Edward Harrison, that's a big guy, 6'6", 225, but Gettings in his way. Physical defense.
Quinn Kane, who doesn't usually see too much playing time with the first or second unit, getting some early burn. Maracas got that same exact look, couldn't get it to go. Jamesi with the offensive rebound, and then an over-the-top foul as he was hacking and whacking.
Interesting to see Tufts winning the offensive rebound game so much in front of Connecticut College so far. Connecticut College offensive rebounding is something that they do well. We've mentioned Dylan Watson a lot. He is one of the leading offensive rebounders in the top 5 in the NESCAC. He's really not been able to do that at all today. He's been forced to sort of try to grab these defensive rebounds, which is not necessarily his strength.
Espinosa, who still only has 2 points, can't get the shot to go. Quinn Kane comes away with the rebound as Bobby Stewart has checked in. Jamesi will sit for the first time. Maracas, a bit of a lazy pass, stolen away. Dylan Watson running the break for the Camels. Cam Shanefield in the corner will find Espinosa. Espinosa will drive on Stewart. Underneath to Hartel, blocked by Bobby Stewart, but a foul is called. Stewart doesn't like the call.
And I like Stewart's defense on both of those possessions. You go back one, rule of verticality, that's what you like to see on the defensive end, straight up, no foul called, and then on the other end, makes the right switch, gets underneath. He thought he got the block. Jersey comes untucked already. He's only been in a minute, but they're going to get him on the hand right there for a foul. Still, probably you're happy with the defensive process on those 2 possessions.
Stewart 6'8", Hartel 6'9", a 71% free throw shooter, gets both to go.
And I just think it's interesting. Jamesi hits the bench, but the strategy going up against a team like Tufts where their number 1 player plays from the middle, and runs their offense often out of the middle to run a zone that can be taken apart by getting the ball into the center of the court, I just think is an interesting choice. Now Jamesi is off the floor. We'll see if Tufts has the same type of success.
Still trying to attack the middle, this time with Gettings at the free throw line, although they're having a little trouble getting it to him. This time they do. Wooten pump fakes the 3, drives baseline. Pumps. Now Gettings underneath. He's going to go to work in the post. Spinning. Jumbo's got a little congested there and a shot clock violation. That Camel zone finally has some success against the Jumbos. And immediately Coach Linton is going to send 2 starters to the table. Not liking what he sees. Quinn Kane, Sidney Wooten will sit. Riley and Medley check back in.
Gettings, he didn't like the left hand right there. Got the ball near the basket, pivot. Didn't want the left hand turned back the other way, and that's how you end up with a shot clock violation.
Garrett Clark yet to sit for Tim Sweeney and the Camels. Same with Dylan Watson and Elias Espinosa. We said earlier they don't do a lot of subs. He's sticking true to that play. Espinosa, 3 and 1.
I thought the call was going to be a travel.
It was an off-ball foul as someone, I'm not exactly sure, tried to run through Cam Shanfield. They're going to call the foul on Dylan Riley. That's going to be 3 points and a free throw. 1 free throw coming for the Camels. Elias Espinosa, their leading scorer, gets that 3 to go. 37% free throw, 3-point shooter, and 80% free throw shooter as well. Cuts the Jumbos lead down to 9.
I'm a little confused on the call here. I thought maybe foul running through the screen on the shot, but Espinosa's the one who gets the free throw and gets the 4-point play.
I think they gave him continuation, or maybe that the foul on Riley was just they gave him the free throw. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Stewart now will be Stewart now on the free throw line as Bernstein comes to the scores table to check in. Camel's still yet to come out of this zone. Interesting to say, kind of a hard coaching decision to make. You know that the Camels don't stack up with them vertically, but they haven't had a lot of success with the zone look either. Riley in the corner. He spots up for 3. No, but a foul.
So you get the call right back from behind the 3-point line. I guess a bit of an aggressive closeout caught him up high, and now Riley will get 3 free throws. I thought Stewart was a pretty logical fit to kind of break the zone out of the middle. We know he loves to pass the ball, but his runs in the rotation recently have been pretty short. That stays the same today, and Bernstein had a lot of success. So we're going to see Bernstein back in, and now Kennelly back at the scorer's table. He'll look to check back in. So maybe with this lead cut down to 9, looking to get back to what was working earlier for the Tufts Jumbos.
Yeah, Stewart, one of the few players you'll see in college basketball who has more than double the amount of assists per game than he does points per game. True pass first big. Kennelly will check back in for Maracas here, as Maracas has really gotten some limited playing time here in this first half. Jumbo's leading scorer, he just has 2.
Interesting, we're not seeing Kennelly being put into the game when R.J. Casey is still on the court for Connecticut. As we mentioned, those are 2 very small players, at least for Division III basketball, and Kennelly really stacks up well against Casey. Not too much the rest of the players on this team.
Jumbo's dropping into a 3-2 zone. You know, Kennelly is used to being undersized his entire career. He can guard a bigger guard, and he does it really well.
That is very true.
Camels struggling to get inside penetration. Cam Shanfield tried to get inside, had the ball stolen away by Kennelly. And, they're going to call a kick ball violation. Wow, Kennelly does not like that call at all. He thought he was bumped from behind after he already had possession, but it's going to stay with the Camels.
That's a tough call because that is a beautiful defensive possession for the Jumbos in the 3-2 zone. The defenders up top and now they're going to drop out of it, hedging perfectly. Connecticut College had no idea where to go with the ball, and now they're back into man.
Shanfield working it on the perimeter. Now Garrett Clark, shot clock down to 5. Someone's going to have to go to work for the Camels. Dylan Watson guarded closely by Gettings. Going to have to get a shot up.
Get that off. Oh, they're going to give it to him. He missed it anyways.
Ball doesn't lie, Jared. Kennelly. Now Riley. Riley spots up for 3. No good. Jumbo's having a little bit of trouble getting the 3 ball going early. Still have the Camels doubled up 13 minutes into the first half.
Still not a single made 3 for Tufts today.
Especially in the modern era of basketball. Kind of not something you want to see from the Jumbos. Camels for 3. No, sir.
But going back possession, I think, look at how well coached this team is. They come out in a 3-2 zone for 1 possession, get a stop essentially, then fall back into man and get another stop. Yeah. The ability to switch between those things on the fly it's not easy.
Gettings almost going to work on Watson in the post. Missed the easy look. Bernstein grabs the rebound, almost threw it away. Kennelly able to track it down. 15 on the shot clock. Underneath to Bernstein. They've done it all day. He's going to go to work in the post on the undersized Watson. Left-handed floater. No good, but a foul. They'll send the 50% free throw shooter back to the line for 2.
And when Bernstein got the ball right there, it was just go up with it. And he goes with the left hand and draws the foul. I think in that situation, they're not playing tight defense. They're not drawing a double team. The best thing you can do is be aggressive, and that's what Bernstein did.
Zion Watt is going to check in for the first time as the Jumbos are going to check in their 11th man of the game. It'll be interesting to see who Linton takes out as Josh Bernstein gets a first free throw to go. Truman Gettings will sit for the Jumbos. Watt, an elite perimeter defender, can kind of guard all 5 positions. Also a freaky athlete. We'll get some playing time here with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Jumbos lead by 11. Bernstein, yes, sir, gets both of the free throws to go. Garrett Clark has had trouble getting these Camels offense going. Just 10 points in 14 minutes. Espinosa, now Shanfield. Shanfield working on Medley, near elbow. Clark calling for Hartel at the top of the key as they've done all game. Shanfield around the screen, driving, looking for Hartel underneath, can't get it. Three-pointer, no sir, missed it short. Rebound fought for, came away with by Medley. Kennelly will get them into their sets. Camels still sticking with this zone look. Jumbo's working it around the perimeter as they have been doing all game. Riley tried whipping a pass inside.
He's looking for Zion Watt there. It looked almost like he wasn't expecting that ball coming towards him.
Yeah, bit too small of a window to try and fit that in, and then a transition foul on Zion Watt. His first foul, kind of just take foul, get the Camels out of transition. Cam Shanfield facilitating, the senior guard. He was all NESCAC second team last year as well. He's had some trouble getting going, as most of the players on the Camels roster have. Hartel driving on Bernstein. Good contest. Missed it strong. Jumbos have numbers if they go fast. Kennelly picked up at the three-point line as Hartel hustles back. Bernstein wants the ball baseline. They get it to Watt. Watt, free throw line jumper. Missed it left.
And despite Tufts' big lead today, we're really seeing they're not having much success with any shot other than just simple layups, low post action. Both the mid-range and the three-pointer has really been not what Tufts would like to see.
And the offense has really sputtered since Jamesi has come out. I look to see him re-enter the game shortly. Hartel going to work in Bernstein. He hasn't had much success all day. Spinning, missed that one to the right. He wanted that one to go, a little bit frustrated with himself.
It's a 7-foot frame from Bernstein. Makes every shot down low difficult. And now Kennelly in command of the offense.
Riley, now Medley. Watt in the corner. He'll spot up for three. Airballed that one. He fell on his shot. May have slipped coming up. Espinosa gets a screen left. Goes right. Pump fakes. Good defense from Medley. They're going to reset. Edward Harrison has checked into the game for the Camels. Shanfield will drive baseline, double-teamed. Hartel underneath. This time, he doesn't get the floater to go. Wow, he's really had trouble getting shots to go from the field today. Got a lot of good looks underneath. Jamesi on cue comes right to the scorer's table. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Riley trying to get the ball inside to Watt. Finds Bernstein underneath. Now Watt. Watt rising. Yes, sir. And one. Good find from the big Bernstein. Watt gets finished to go through contact.
And it's all about the process. Last couple times down on the offensive end, Jumbo's having a hard time getting through a zone that they'd broken through before. But patience is key. Pass inside is cut off. Go to the baseline instead, and then get it inside. Zion Watt with the finish. You look at the box score right now. 14-point game. Ties the biggest lead so far for the Jumbos. Connecticut College is 3 for 18 from the field. That's 16.7%. They only have 10 points. If you're the Jumbos, honestly, you probably wish you were up a little bit more, but there's no two ways about it. The Jumbos have been in control and in command of this game from the tip.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of success in the interior. Sebastian, you highlighted in the pregame, but the Jumbos objectively just are bigger players in all five positions, and they've really been able to take advantage of that. They've gathered a lot of offensive rebounds, I believe 6 so far. That's created a lot of second possession, second chance points for the Jumbos.
Yeah, they're now up to 7 in terms of offensive rebounds. And yet, as simple as it sounds, Tufts, there's simply more size. You know, you got to get to the basket. You got to get up that 12 feet. When you play a team like Connecticut College really trying to play these smaller, kind of scrappier players who like to shoot a lot of threes, it doesn't bode well against a Tufts team that's really strong in the interior around the post. And even though Tufts has really struggled with their perimeter game, we mentioned that very strong Connecticut College perimeter defense. It's been okay because the interior defense for Connecticut College has struggled so mightily. We've seen Watson really look outmatched out there at the post, and it's helped Tufts a lot.
Jamesi will check in as Watt checks out. He converts the three-point play. He has 3 points already doubling his season average. Jumbos are going to go into a bit of a zone press here. RJ Casey has checked back in. Cam Shanfield now. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Camels yet to get into their sets. Jumbo's in a bit of a 3-2 high press zone. Shanfield probing, picked up his dribble on the perimeter. Never want to do that. Casey does the same thing. Camels having a lot of trouble getting into their sets. Casey will pull up for 3. That's a long one. Yes, sir. He gets that to go.
There's one way to break a zone is to shoot over it. Couple possessions we've seen that 3-2 zone from Tufts. They've had a lot of success. The ball's been sticking on the perimeter, so really only one choice, but a good one.
And that was an NBA range 3. And the Jumbos will settle for that look most of the time. Jamesi underneath to Bernstein. He's got the positioning, gets it to go. They have that all day.
And that's the kind of finish that it seems so easy, guys 7 foot tall, that we didn't see from Bernstein maybe 2 seasons ago. But now the offense can run like that time and time again. Jamesi making a difference already in the middle, so big, so strong, gets his hands on the ball, kicks it down low, and Bernstein finishes it up.
Yeah, Bernstein, someone who just kind of picked up basketball in high school, still kind of developing that soft touch around the rim. Camels get that one to fall as it feels like they finally get a friendly touch on the rim. That's Matt Lever, the freshman. Medley, Kennelly, Jamesi, Bernstein, all the starters except for Maracas. That's the unit that Linton has gone with for most of the year. Bernstein gets the floater to go once again. Kennelly clapping his hands at the half-court line, pressing high on Casey. Casey trying to get past him, has to give the ball up to Watson. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Jumbos lead 29-15 in an offensive foul.
And I think we don't talk enough about Kennelly's defense and his defensive intensity and effort. That play and every play you watch him on the defensive end, he's scrappy. He puts his feet in the ground, and he is always up on the ball. He basically created a foul on that play just by sticking on his defender when he comes back up the floor, runs into his screen. As I said, most moving screen calls are really based on the guy defending, not really the guy giving the screen. That one was all due to the effort of Kennelly.
Bernstein in the middle. This time finds Jamesi. Gets the layup to go. And one. Jumbo's dominating early in the first half.
Camels are just not finding an answer for that type of move from Scott Jamesi. We see right there's a layup from right under the rim. We saw the floater from maybe about 10 feet out before. Whatever the shot is, if he's inside that perimeter area, the Camels have just not been able to stop Scott Jamesi, and that is why Tufts is so far in front.
And Jared, you got to wonder at what point is Tim Sweeney and the Camels, or at what point are they going to kind of audible out of this zone, because they really haven't had a lot of success with it.
Well, the combination of Jamesi and Bernstein on the court together has been basically impossible for Connecticut College to keep up with. That two-man game, they've combined for 22 points so far, 22 out of Tufts' 31 points. They're well over 50% of the field. You have to wonder, though, you moved a man. Are you going to have any more success? Can you win those matchups one-on-one? And that might be a question that Coach says, no, we can't.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky spot. I wouldn't want to be in Tim Sweeney's shoes right now. His team trailing by 17 with just a minute to go in the first half as they turn the ball over again. Another miscommunication by this Camels offense. They've really had trouble getting things going on the perimeter.
Yeah, that's 7 turnovers now for the Camels. Just 4 on the side of Tufts. When you're a team like the Camels who's already playing a very risky form of basketball with a lot of shots, you can't be turning over the ball like that.
Watt, pressed high by Casey. Gettings underneath. He just checked in for Jamesi. Kennelly will probe in the middle. Riley spots up for 3. Yes, sir! First three-pointer to go for the Jumbos as they extend the game-high lead to 20.
And you knew one was going to fall eventually. He's top 5 in the NESCAC three-pointers made and percentage.
Cam Shanfield shots up for 3. No good. Jumbos can go 2 for 1 if they want. I'd imagine they'll slow it down.
And I think what's so interesting is the defensive strategy for Connecticut College in the zone. You don't want the ball to get inside, yet the Jumbos have had plenty of success getting inside. The other end, the Jumbos defense has basically shut out the Connecticut offense from getting inside the paint. Everything has been on the perimeter.
Bernstein with the contested floater, or that was Gettings, my mistake. Couldn't get that one to go. Shot clock still on. Cam Shanfield fading baseline, gets that one to go. He averages 12 points a game. You'd expect him to get going. I'm going to need him and Espinosa to get going. If the Camels want to get back into this game, Jumbos can hold for their last shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Medley, now Riley. Kennelly's going to have to create. 5 to go. Gettings underneath. Pulls up floater. Yes, sir. Shot clock running out. Casey at the horn. Missed it strong. That ends an exceptional first half for your Tufts Jumbos as they have doubled up the Connecticut College Camels That 37-13, everything went right for the Jumbos in that first half. We're going to step aside for a halftime break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back into the cozy confines of Cousins Gymnasium. We're about 5 minutes into our halftime break here. Jumbo's leading 37-17. Jared, Jumbos have had their way offensively so far, kind of dominating in the paint. Haven't really gotten the three-point shooting going so far, but a lot of success offensively. They've got the Camels doubled up.
Yeah, we came in today kind of optimistic about the Connecticut College Camels' chances of maybe making this a competitive game. They were coming in on a 3-game win streak, and you can see basically, points per game not too different, but they were so much more efficient from three. They were so much more efficient from the field. They were playing good, aggressive defense, but that has not been the case today so far, to say the least. You want to look at their shooting percentage from the field, abysmal, 26.1% from the field. And that's compared to a pretty good 46% the last 3 games. So where's the credit go? I give a lot of the credit to that Tufts defense, as I kind of mentioned towards the end of the first half, doing a really great job pushing that Connecticut College offense onto the perimeter, really limiting any type of easy shot. And on the other end, the complete opposite, getting the ball in the paint over and over and over again in the 2-man game between Jamesi and Bernstein, just flourishing.
Yeah, Jamesi and Bernstein have been able to have a lot of success underneath. They've kind of been dominating so far. Sebastian, we talked earlier about the steals and how the Connecticut College Camels kind of thrive with the steals, but they haven't really been able to get that going so far.
Look, I think what happened in the Tufts locker room ahead of this game, coach talking to the team, is telling them, look, we're going up against this Connecticut College team. They really like to play that scrappy perimeter defense. They're going to get a lot of steals. We have these 3 players you need to keep an eye on. Watch out for them. They're going to try to get that ball from you no matter what. So how do we avoid that? Get the ball out of the perimeter.
Yeah.
Get inside. As you mentioned so many times, the Camels just don't have any size in there, and they're just looking completely outmatched. So all Tufts has to do, get the ball above the perimeter, get it inside, and that's how they're up by 20 points.
Yeah, they've definitely had a lot of success kind of on all fronts. You know, whenever you can hold a collegiate basketball team to under 20 points and a half, you know you've done something incredibly right.
I think we saw time and time again in the first half that zone defense from Connecticut College just getting broken right there. Jamesi, easy floater right at the beginning of the game. Get the ball in the middle of the paint. You got a guy who has better touch than basically anyone else in the league. And now on the fast break, Kennelly, one of the only fast break opportunities, and the smaller guy on the team just puts his head down, goes straight to the rim. We've seen the Jumbos have success, a lot of different facets of the game so far. See right here, Bernstein had back-to-back possessions where they found him in the dunker spot on the side of the baseline, get the ball, go up with two hands. No one on that team is going to be able to stop him. Again, here's Bernstein throwing it down. The size is not there for Connecticut College to beat that duo of Bernstein and Jamesi, and they aren't keeping up in transition. Here we go again on the sideline, inside to Zion Watt, and that's going to work time and time again when you have big physical players on offense, which Tufts has. Connecticut College needs to find an answer. I mentioned maybe they're worried they can't match up one-on-one. We'll see if they switch to man. I'm not sure that they can keep up either way. It's been a blowout so far, and the scoreboard, you can tell.
Yeah, the Jumbos, you know, they went to an interesting look there a little bit towards the end of the half. Bernstein at the free throw line, finding Jamesi underneath. That's another look they can use because Jamesi can dominate underneath just as well. We're going to step aside. Okay, yeah, so Jamesi and Bernstein have really dominated all game underneath, and I look for the Camels to, you know, they're going to have to change something defensively. We're going to step aside one more time before we come back for second half action. Back here in Cousins Gymnasium, about 5 minutes till the start of the second half. Give you a quick refresher. Jumbos leading 37-17. They dominated on the offensive rebound points. You look at the point and paints. That's a devastating disparity for the Connecticut College Camels as they kind of file back onto the court for their second half warm-ups. They've spent about 19 seconds of the game with the lead. They've been really struggling.
This basically tells you everything you need to know. It's been domination from the Jumbos so far. The defense has been top-notch, and Connecticut College not making it easier on themselves. 26% from the field. That's not going to cut it. That offensive rebound disparity was basically 5-0 in the first 2 minutes, and then the Jumbos maybe cooled down a bit from the offensive glass. But that's a huge difference, and really the point to jump out is the paint difference. 26-4. The Jumbos are eating inside. They didn't make a three-pointer for maybe the first 12 minutes of that first half, and it did not matter because every possession you had the ball hitting the paint, and you can't ask for more if you're Coach Lynn, and you can't ask for more when your team is built around players who thrive inside, and that's how you end up with a huge disparity on the scoreboard and in the time with the lead.
And, you know, we're in an interesting period of college basketball. The game, you know, has shifted to a three-pointers game, much to kind of the disapproval of the people, especially in the NBA. So, you know, as a basketball purist myself, I'd say it's a bit refreshing to see kind of a bit of a point in the paint shootout, really see the Jumbos dominating. They're winning because of their play in the paint.
And what are we looking for in the second half? Connecticut College is going to need their star player to step up, Elias Espinoza. He was the co-player of the week in the NESCAC for last weekend. And you see what he did. 23 points versus Middlebury, 23 points versus Williams, over 50% from three in both of those games. You want to look at what he's done today? Not great. 2 for 6, 5 points, 5 rebounds, no assists, and a turnover. He did hit 1 3. It was an and one, but it hasn't been the same. And I give a lot of that credit to the Tufts defense. The question is, in the second half, can they make an adjustment to get him the ball more?
You know, you mentioned the Tufts defense, and I got to specifically shout out John Medley, who's done a great job shutting down Espinoza.
Yes, for sure. John Medley, 6'4" guard. We see him a lot running up the paint, really leading that fast break, especially when Kennelly is not on the court. And even when they're together, we also see a very effective dual guard play in that department.
Yeah, definitely really strong play from Medley. We're going to step aside one last time. When we get back, we'll have the start of second half action for you here from Cousins Gymnasium. Back here for the start of second half action from Cousins Gymnasium, cozy confines here inside a jam-packed gymnasium. Outside, it's cold, but inside we have Jumbo's basketball, and they've dominated so far, leading 37-17. Looks like Coach Linton's going to send the starting five out for the Jumbos. Maracas, who didn't get too much playing time in the first half, starts out. Jamesi underneath, finds Bernstein. Same recipe for success they had last time, except this time they kicked to Riley on the perimeter. Maracas, now Jamesi. Jamesi will drive that floater. Yes, sir. He's
And
got
that is
such touch.
just an unbelievable shot off the wrong foot, right-handed floater. We say this every game. You can't teach that. It's touch, but at the same time, it's repetition, and you can tell the work Jamesi puts into his game. He's in the gym putting up those shots.
Espinosa driving. Great defense from Dylan Riley. He forces a missed shot. Maracas comes away with it. Looking to push to Jamesi. Couldn't get it. Behind the back move. Swing to the corner. Medley passed up on the three. Drives. Bernstein underneath. He goes up strong. Puts it in. Beautiful offense from the Jumbos to get the second half started.
Another just beautiful offensive possession. It all starts with the penetration from Maracas, but just good decisions. And that's really, I think, the huge win from Coach Linton so far is every player in this team is trained to make the right decision.
Espinosa pulls up mid-range at the free throw line. He gets that one to go. He's really going to need to get going for the Camels in this second half if they want to have any form of success.
Yeah, taking a page out of the Tufts book there with that sort of old school mid-range shot that we saw Tufts using so effectively in the first half.
Yeah, Camels still staying in this zone that they really haven't had much success in. Jamesi floater, rare miss. He missed that one short. Rebound, tipped out off of the Camels. A little bit of confusion there as Espinosa will sub out early for the Camels. Bit of a confusing move. He's their leading scorer and has been most of their offense so far.
And he doesn't have a foul. No fouls.
Riley drives underneath to Bernstein. That's about as easy as it gets. Dylan Riley, not really known for his passing, only averaging 1 assist per game. He's got 3 already. We're just 2 minutes into the second half.
And right there, Riley uses his eyes, looks off the defense to the perimeter, and then just a little inside pass to Bernstein. No look, and gets 2 points right near the basket. Bernstein having one of his best games of the season so far.
Hartel in the low post working on Bernstein. It's been a fun matchup all day. Shanfield drives, floater, missed it. Rebound, Medley comes away with it. Jamesi's going to push.
And yet again, affected by Bernstein near the basket. His impact on defense is pretty hard to measure.
Yeah. Jamesi underneath. Jumbo's chance coming from the crowd. Medley spots up for 3. Can't get that one to go. Jamesi, the offensive rebound. Medley had an open 3. This time he passed up on it. Riley, Maracas, they're going to play catch on the perimeter. Riley underneath to Bernstein. Jamesi missed the point-blank range layup, got his own miss, and put it back up and in.
It's like a little bit of a different defensive strategy coming there from Connecticut College. You still see Dylan Watson positioning himself under the post, but that is number 13, Alden Duran, who sort of stands a little bit off to the side, cuts across to add some help under the rim. Not successful there, unfortunately.
Hartel missed the layup. Watson comes away with the miss. Duran is going to reset it to Shanfield. Shanfield now Clark going to work on Medley. Medley's done a good job shutting down his defenders all day. Watson loses it out of bounds. Going to go to the Jumbos.
And Bernstein has basically wiped Hartel off of the box score today as he exits the game. He's 0 for 5 from the floor. No points, 2 fouls. He only has 1 rebound, even though he's maybe the tallest guy on the floor most of the time for Connecticut College. So you're looking at that matchup. Bernstein has won it resoundingly.
The 6'9" center from Cape Elizabeth, Maine, usually averages 7 points per game, shooting 50% from the field. Really hasn't gotten anything going today, and you can credit a lot of that to Josh Bernstein.
In a game like this, you really need Hartel to be on his A game just because of that size difference that we've made such a big point out of. When you're by far the tallest man on your team, you really got to be under the rim, getting those rebounds, doing the dirty work.
Jamesi with yet another offensive rebound. Puts that one back up and in. The bench flexing. They know that he's too big for the Camels. Corner 3. Missed that one left. Maracas fights for the rebound. Watson comes away with it. Shanfield driving. Can't get that one to go, but he is fouled. That'll send them to the line.
I just feel, even with the 2 free throws coming up here for Connecticut College, just they've lacked any really sense of an offensive identity so far today.
Yeah.
When you get on the offensive end, what are you looking to do? What is your philosophy? You look at the Jumbos, it's very plain and clear. They want to get the ball inside. They want to get shots up so they can get offensive rebounds. I'm not sure what Connecticut College wants to do. Do they want to be a three-point shooting team? Do they want to get physical? They haven't really been able to pick a lane so far. Some of that has to do with the Tufts defense, but I think you got to get into your sets and figure out what is it you want to accomplish when you're here on the offensive end.
Shanfield cashes in the first free throw. That's number 12, Alex Mitchell, the senior from Roxbury, Massachusetts. Really doesn't see too much playing time as checked in for the Camels. Camels back into that high press. Jumbos break it easily as they have all game. Medley gets a screen right from Jamesi, guarded well by Garrett Clark. Looking for Bernstein underneath. They find him, and a push foul called on Dylan Watson. He's had his hands full with Bernstein all day.
Yeah, and again, it's a size thing. He really has no help over there in that area. And the way that the defense was set up on that play, it was really just Watson in the post area. And against a player like Bernstein who has several inches on him, there's really nothing he can do. And now he's being subbed out of the game.
Yeah, Edward Harrison's going to check in. He'll take a stab at Bernstein. No one has really had much success today at all. Maracus grabs the inbound pass, finds Medley on the free throw line. Medley probing, throws up a ridiculous kind of offhand shot, out of control a little bit. But Bernstein comes away with another offensive rebound. Riley underneath. Bernstein reverse layup is good.
Maybe it doesn't even matter who Connecticut College has under the rim because Bernstein's going to find a way to get that ball in there, kind of cutting across horizontally that time, throwing up the ball behind him, made it work.
And Tim Sweeney and the Connecticut College Camels haven't had an answer today for anything the Jumbos have been doing offensively. Edward Harrison misses the three. Maracus with the rebound. He's getting some extended playing time that we didn't really see in the first half as he's fouled on his drive. That'll be a foul on the floor.
And it's the little things. The three-point shot goes up right there from Harrison, and he doesn't follow his shot. He backs up, moves back toward midcourt, and it's an easy rebound, easy defensive rebound for Tufts.
I believe that's number 15 for the Connecticut College Camels, Bo Moody, native of Medford, Massachusetts, the freshman who has just checked in and gotten a huge round of applause from the large contingency of Camels fans who have made the trek to Medford.
Yeah, I see a Let's Go Bo Moody sign. We'll see if he can get one to go and get this crowd going. That'll give a spark for the Connecticut College Camels.
I believe I see some of his high school teammates kind of across the court, kind of standing where the stairs meet that door entrance with all their phones out, kind of cheering on their teammate as he makes his collegiate basketball appearance. The hometown kid out of Medford, Mass. Kind of a good college basketball story that you love to see.
Yeah, Moody's only played in 3 games so far this year, 5.7 minutes per game in those 3 games. 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, 1 rebound, 0 assists. So we're waiting to see him get on the stat sheet a little bit, and now is an opportunity. Got 14 minutes left today, and an opportunity as Jamesi yet again on the offensive glass.
But, Bo Moody, there's a reason he was recruited to play college ball. He's going to facilitate for the Camels now. The guy's got some skill, and he's going to get a chance to show what he's got today.
If you're Tim Sweeney, why not put him in?
Yeah, you got to try something down by 30 here early in the second half. Moody dives for the ball on the ground. Camels bench loves it. Seems like he's kind of a bit of a fan favorite and a team favorite as a jump ball is called. Number 1, Matt Lever, another freshman who doesn't really get too much playing time checking in. You wonder if Coach Tim Sweeney is kind of waving the white flag this early in the second half. We'll kind of have to wait and see.
And you're down 30 points, being outscored 14-4 in this half. Whatever he told his team at halftime to maybe try to cut back into that Tufts lead they'd built up a little bit, doesn't really seem to be working.
Cam Shanfield airballs the 3. As number 5, RJ Casey's going to check in. Cam Shanfield will sit.
For the record, key to the game, I had get Jamesi going. Said he had those 4 20-point games in his first 9, only 1 since then. He's up over 20 on the day, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and so he's over that 20-point benchmark, and you can see the impact on the scoreboard.
Medley pumping, gets Jamesi underneath. Jamesi's floater. It's true as can be. You really don't want to see him getting to that spot if you're a defense because you know that that's a high percentage look for the junior forward.
He's got 23 points in 18 minutes so far, over a point per minute today.
Espinosa guarded highly Guarded high by Maracas. Great defense as Espinosa tries to get around. Kicks to the corner. Corner three for Moody. Oh, he gets the bounce to go. And the crowd loves it. A sweet moment for the hometown kid as he gets the bounce to go. And I got to say, I'm a Jumbo fan myself, but that was good to see that one go down.
So the first points of his career.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it for Bo Moody, the freshman from Medford, Mass, as Jamesi gets yet another floater to go. I got goosebumps there.
I mean, getting your first points in front of the family, in front of the friends, in front of a place that I'm sure he's walked by, driven by so many times in his life. It's great to see.
Let the kid shoot again. Underneath to Matt Lever, the freshman. He gets that one to go. Feels like the first time the Camels have scored on 2 consecutive possessions all game.
Moody went to Malden High, I believe. Malden Catholic. Actually, we had Somerville High versus Medford High here in Cousins last weekend.
Yeah.
Somerville came out on top, bit of an upset.
Quinn Kane has checked in along with Truman Gettings as Riley and Bernstein will sit. Maracas lines up a 3, gets that one to go as he gets his first 3-pointer to go. He's kind of struggled to get his offense going all game. Good shot for him. Kind of a feel-good shot to extend the lead. Back up to 32 as the Camels had scored 5 in a row.
Not all that much to say, really.
Yeah.
It's been a continuation of what we saw in the first half. More Jumbo dominance here in the second half, outscoring Connecticut College 18-9. Jumbos are shooting 60% from the field, 1 for 3 from deep here in the second half. And again, the offensive rebound discrepancy and rebounding overall, 11-3 overall, 6-2 offensive rebound here in the second half. And I think, honestly, that defensive rebounding discrepancy is maybe even more noticeable.
Yeah.
You can see when Connecticut College gets the ball up, they are not crashing. They're not following their shots. It's just not the same operation. It is demoralizing to be down by this much, but it is those little things that make it this team like Tufts so good.
Jared, I've got a call I want to make early in the game, or early in the second half. I do think we're going to see Berluti today.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Large contingency of football players here. I'd imagine down the stretch we're going to see some or hear some Berluti chants.
Those of you at home, if you don't know, Michael Berluti, Tufts fan favorite, beloved star quarterback.
All-region quarterback as well.
All-region quarterback.
Yeah.
Also just happens to be a very fine basketball player in his senior season.
Yep.
Doesn't usually get a ton of minutes just because, maybe basketball is not necessarily the main focus, but he's still a great player on the team. And I would be excited to see him check in.
And checking in on, going over to Connecticut, Trinity versus Wesleyan.
Yeah, big game.
18-0 Wesleyan against 15-2 Trinity, both ranked, and that game is tied 41-41 with 11 minutes to go in the second half. We will keep you updated on that. It has playoff implications.
Lever underneath, blocked by Jamesi. Wesleyan, interesting tidbit of information. The only collegiate basketball program between the Division 1, 2, and 3 levels that is still undefeated. Every other program has a loss. Wesleyan, 18-0 so far, trying to keep that unbeaten streak going. But a loss for them would be huge for the Jumbos, NESCAC standings, and potentially the ultimate ability to host an NCAA regional. RJ Casey travels there. The Jumbos are going to retain possession.
Speaking of Wesleyan, next Friday, Tufts will be taking the team to Middletown, Connecticut. That's a very high-stakes game that we'll be following, Tufts versus Wesleyan. And if Tufts can pull out a victory there, that really puts the team in question for, are they the best team in NESCAC, best team in the country, maybe in Division 3. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I heard if Wesleyan wins, they're getting promoted to Division 1.
Rumor on the street.
Yeah, sources are not confirmed yet, so we'll have to check back in on that. RJ Casey brings the ball across the perimeter as the Jumbos lead 60-26, 11 minutes to go. Coach Linton has taken out all 5 starters. Sidney Wooten pulls up for 3. Yes, sir. He extends the lead to 37, I believe.
And sometimes when it rains, it pours, and that is what's happening right now. Jumbo's everything going right for them on both ends of the court. This is a tough ball game for Connecticut College. Just need to find some type of spark and just cut down this lead to make it a little bit less of an embarrassment.
Moody getting some cheers from the tough student section even when he gets the ball. Espinosa probing. Casey's going to pull up for a deep contested three. Missed that one too strong. Good defense, as always, from Kennelly.
That's not what's going to do it for you. That's a contested shot, not an easy one, and no surprise that it doesn't fall. Jumbos are staying within their process, and that is the difference as they score again under the basket. At this point, in the first half, we had seen maybe a little bit more success when Jamesi was on the bench, when Bernstein was on the bench. Gettings and the backups are in the game right now, and it doesn't look like there's any difference quality-wise.
Matt Lever coming to the top of the key, playing a two-man game with RJ Casey. Might have gotten away with a bit of a moving screen there. Espinosa never really got his game going today, working in the corner on the undersized Wooten, who's doing a good job holding his own. Espinosa with a good spin move, can't get the jumper to fall. Gettings with the strong rebound.
Just looking like there's this feeling of defeatedness amongst the Connecticut College team. No matter what they try, no matter what happens, it just doesn't seem to be working for them. And I think we see it in sort of players' faces, just trying to see what happens in the rest of this game.
Hey, we're a point away from a 40-piece right now.
Don't see that a lot in any level of college basketball. Kane spotted up for three. Couldn't get that one to go, but the bench really wanted to see their senior, doesn't get too much playing time, get that three to fall. Casey driving, he's going to kick to Lever. Lever for three. That one's good. As the lead is cut down to 38,
Quick math.
No, the scoreboard is messed up. I can do math. Wooten. Connecticut College still in that zone as Zion Watt turns the ball over. Finally having some success. Watson had an open transition three, passed up on it. 9 minutes to go here. Jumbo's leading by 36. Bobby Stewart coming to the table, looking to get some extended burn down the stretch of this game. Number 15. Now Matt Lever for three. Had the last one go in. This one he can't get to go. That was Bo Moody. My mistake. Kennelly, now Wooten at the free throw line. Kane, back to Watt. Watt into the corner.
He stepped out.
Stepped out of bounds.
But just taking a look at the box score, it's just pretty unbelievable. Connecticut College actually has one more three-pointer made than the Jumbos, but the Tufts University Jumbos have 28 made field goals. Connecticut College only has 10.
As Coach Linton is going to begin to kind of empty the bench. Freshman Isaac Friedman, who doesn't usually kind of see the floor during contested games, number 23 out of Larchmont, New York, went to Millbrook High School.
Actually went
into the game
went
with
to
8 minutes.
Mamaroneck High School for 4 years.
So yeah,
where I went.
Yep. RJ Casey driving, kind of a out of control floater, no good. He's going to take the corner three, missed that one as well. Stewart with the rebound. Wooten, Watt, now Friedman in the corner. Friedman, Watt pulls up from the free throw line. He gets that one to go. He's had a pretty good game. He's got 5 compared to his average per game, which is just 1.
There's a lot of Zion Watt minutes today. We even saw that before we sort of entered this end period of the game where it feels like it's just sort of emptying the bench, really getting everyone in. It's seeing Zion Watt's impact on the game is really interesting. He's a very kind of imposing presence, taller player, very lean. We're seeing a lot of him. Maybe for the rest of the season, get more of him on the court. We'll see.
Edward Harrison was able to cash that three in from deep. Kennelly underneath to Stewart. Stewart is looking for Watt, but a foul called on the Camels. So they'll reset with 7:20 to go on the game clock. Just the team's second foul of the half. Wooten inbounding. Gets it to Watt at the top of the key. Wooten will come and grab it. Get the Jumbos into their sets. 15 to go on the shot clock. Watt finds Kennelly in the corner. Kennelly driving baseline, cut off nicely by Duran. This time Kennelly working his way around. Gets inside for the scoop reverse layup. Sweet move by Kennelly. He finds a way to score even among the big guys down low. As 3 more freshmen come to the table. Lucas Schmid, Evan Reeves, Robbie Nwanyama.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on now. We saw a few games ago against Colby, Tufts put up 90 points. Can they top that? It's going to be tough with only less than 7 minutes left, but the way it's going right now, they might be able to top their NESCAC points for the year.
Wooten for 3, missed that one. Rebound fought for, tipped out off of Zion Watt. as 3 more subs are going to check in. That's Reeves, Nwanyama, and Schmid. Looks like Stewart, Wooten, and Watts. They will be done as we now have 4 freshmen in, along with the sophomore Liam Kennelly.
And I would say the bigger question is, 2 games ago we saw Jumbos hold Williams to 46 points. You look at the scoreboard right now, 32 on the board for Connecticut College, and they have not been showing all too many signs of life. How low can that score stay is really the question. At one point, with a couple minutes left in the first half, they were only on track for around 25. So maybe a little bit of a step up in pace, but the Jumbos defense now, we'll see if it impacted at all by the freshmen coming onto the floor.
Yeah, they've gotten some shots to go down the line. Corner 3 for the Camels, no good. That was number 32, Jay Royal.
The Connecticut College lowest points total this year came against number 10 ranked NYU, a really strong team where they put up 46 points. They might not even be able to get to that in the 6 minutes left tonight.
Nwanyama turns it over as this zone is going to kind of provide a little bit of an interesting challenge for the future of Jumbos basketball. That is these freshmen, kind of a different look that they're not used to seeing, probably don't see too much in practice. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of handle this.
That's what these minutes are for. Get your young guys in the game, get them some runs, see how they adjust to all types of different situations. Right here, a 3-2 trapping zone.
Nwanyama turns the ball over again. That's going to go back to the Camels.
Not sure how that ball ended up where it did without being tipped, but, we'll take the call.
Bo Moody will sit to a standing ovation from many of the fans here in Cousins Gymnasium. A valiant effort from the freshman, 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field. Got some good minutes in front of his hometown friends and family. Alden Duran, he's checked in along with Jay Royal. He's now driving. He'll kick. Duran pump fake, close out by Reeves. Duran looking to go to work. Good defense from Reeves and a travel. Great defense from number 22, the high-flying Evan Reeves. The freshman, good to see there as a timeout on the floor is called with 5:14 to go. And Sebastian, Jared, Jumbos dominated from the tip. They got the Camels doubled up right now, and we got a big game going over there in Trinity, Connecticut. Jared, you want to give us an update on that?
Yeah, 7 minutes, 28 seconds left to go, so we'll probably be done here before that game finishes up. Trinity down 2 points to now down 3 points to Wesleyan, 53-50. It's been a close game. Wesleyan winning the field goal percentage battle. They're 19 for 47, but Trinity a little bit more success from deep. We'll keep you updated on that. Still a 3-point game. But here in Cousins, more of the same. Still a blowout. Really only question is how big will the final deficit be?
Yeah, and if you're interested in tracking that Wesleyan Trinity game, you can go on over to either Wesleyan's athletics page or Trinity's athletics page, where they will have a live stream of the game going on. An important game for the Jumbos. If Wesleyan drops that, Jumbos will go into sole possession of first place in NESCAC play. Wesleyan, as I said earlier, the only collegiate basketball team that is still undefeated. Kind of an incredible feat for them to have achieved so far this year. An incredible season for them, and it will be interesting to see if they can kind of keep that undefeated streak going, or they're going to drop their first game. Camels going into a full court press as Friedman's pass is tipped out of bounds. I still am holding true to that shot I called with Michael Berluti entering the game, but we will have to see.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but I think it would get the crowd going if it did.
But the crowd's already going pretty hard. Everyone here is pretty excited to watch the team win so much, so
Yeah.
maybe it's not needed.
Definitely great turnout here because of Gymnasium. I haven't been to 2. This is just my first year as a broadcaster, but probably one of the better attendances I've seen for a regular season game all year. Really great to see Jumbo Nation coming out to these games, and we thank you to all you Jumbo loyal fans tuning in today on this Saturday afternoon and listening to our broadcast. It means a lot to us. Edward Harrison going to work on the post on Evan Reeves. Puts that one up and in. Lucas Schmid, the freshman from Toronto, Canada, checked in as Theo Liu has also come to the table. Nwanyama inside. He already has 2 turnovers. Isaac Friedman almost lost his dribble. Nwanyama this time lost it again, saved it. Jumpers are going to have to go with 5 seconds. Friedman inside to Nwanyama, has his shot blocked. He's having a lot of trouble getting going. This zone is giving him a lot of trouble early. Kind of a couple turnovers, a little bit, looks a little bit flustered out there.
I think the Camels wish that zone would have worked
Yeah.
any other time in this game other than now.
Other than against the third unit, so, hard to say. Number 21 for the Camels, Julius Powell has checked in for the first time, along with Theo Liu. Liam Kennelly looks like his day will be done as an offensive foul is called on the senior guard, Cameron Lewis, who's also recently just checked in for the first time. Looks like both teams have kind of emptied the benches. Just 2 gray shirts left on the Jumbo's bench. That's Jackson Patton, Michael Berluti. Be interesting to see if they get some playing time down the stretch. 3:55 to go here in Cousins. Jumbos have dominated all day. Kind of got both subs in, leading 69-36. 5th game in NESCAC play. Schmid will orchestrate for the Jumbos. So, folks, you're kind of looking at the future of Jumbo basketball here. Friedman in the corner, a little bit of a line drive shot, can't get it to go. Comes up with the rebound. Schmid wanted it, got it a little late, can't take the shot he wants. Nwanyama underneath, going to work in the post. Bully ball, has it stripped though. Jay Royal pushing. Now Cameron Lewis will go to work on Friedman. Here's Julius Powell. Powell now Wilson. Back to Duran. Duran driving on Lou. Good defense from Lou, playing defense with his feet, not his hands. Lou forces the missed shot and grabs the rebound. Camel staying true to this zone despite kind of the failed attempts. Reeves got the short range layup, couldn't get it to go. Grabs the miss, and he's fouled underneath. Was basically quadruple teamed. Bit of a bailout call with the foul, 2:45 to go.
Yeah, these minutes with the freshman lineup, not the prettiest so far, but it's kind of what you're in for, just trying to get experience from some of your younger guys.
Schmid floater.
Ooh, that's a nice shot.
Gets that one to go.
And remember, none of these guys are used to playing the types of minutes they're playing now, where they've really been on the court for about 10 minutes.
I called it! I called it! Berluti and Jackson Patton to the scores table, up 25 minutes with 2.5 to go, partner. I called the shot. Let the record show I called it, and it's coming to fruition. I should call more shots. Schmid playing a high press defense, getting some good work in. Pokes the ball out from behind. Duran pump fakes the 3, drives, went up strong, gets the layup to go. The timeout is called by Connecticut College. But folks, believe it or not, we are going to see Michael Berluti and Jackson Patton check into the game.
That means every single player on the Tufts Jumbos roster will be making an appearance in this game. Truly something incredible. Have not seen that happen once this year, but this is the day, if any, to make it happen.
Jackson Patton just 27 minutes on the year. Michael Berluti just 9 minutes on the year.
This will be his 10th appearance in 2 seasons at playing Bowdoin on the 10th. He had his first made basket of his career. He'll look to add to that today. So we're really seeing everyone get involved. As Pepper, the comfort dog, just made an appearance. Gotta say hi to her. This is really, you love to see these moments only because they only happen when your team has had so much success. And I think it's a team kind of celebration, getting everyone involved. And the job that Coach Litton has done with this team, it's been really unbelievable so far this season.
Jackson Patton, kind of a team love. Guard will bring the ball up. Berluti in the corner. They're definitely going to look to get these two going offensively. Schmid probing, trying to send the Jumbos into action. Berluti's going to get the ball. Almost turns it over. Schmid will recover. Patton now. Going to give it up. Schmid takes the shot. Can't get the 3 to go. Rebound for the Camels. That's number 4, Cameron Lewis. I'd really love to see Patton or Berluti get a shot up before this clock hits 0. You got 90 seconds to go. Bo Moody has checked back into the game to the pleasure of the crowd. Number 11, Martin Wilson driving, getting a shot to go. Schmid's going to bring the ball up again. Going to give it to Patton. Patton, Schmid, now Berluti. Berluti underneath to Reeves. Berluti in the corner. He had the shot, didn't take it. Berluti, corner three! Missed everything. Oh, no, he missed it strong. But he got the look. They got the look. The bench wanted it. I wanted it. The crowd wanted it. Couldn't get it to go. Camels throw up a quick shot. Jumbos are going to get the ball back early. Oh, no foul is called. I thought that looked like a foul to me, but Reeves
gets
put
run
that
over.
back.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, that's going to be Camels' ball.
Sort of get to a bit of an intramural game.
Yeah. Bo Moody will run the inbound play for the Camels, but barring an offensive rebound, well, it depends on when the shot is taken, but I'd imagine the Jumbos will dribble it out. But Berluti got a shot. That's all you can ask for. Julius Powell underneath. Gets that one to go. The Jumbos are going to have to shoot it one more time.
And interesting to see Powell as well. He's the tallest guy on the roster for the Connecticut College Camels, 6'10", 220. It's a big guy. Gets it to go right there.
Oh, no. What's shot clock? The shot clock was malfunctioning a little bit late in the game, so they're gonna reset it to the ref's wishes. Patton will inbound. 20 seconds on the shot clock. They're gonna have to get a shot up. Patton, Lou underneath to Schmid. Schmid to Reeves. Reeves doesn't get that shot to go. As looks like the Connecticut College Camels are not going to dribble this ball out. They're going to, take every opportunity they can get. Trailing by 29, just 8 seconds left to go. Julius Powell, top of the key, looking for options. Martin Wilson's going to have to take a three. Instead, he gets it underneath to Powell. Powell's shot. Missed it. And that's going to wrap things up here from Cousins Gymnasium. Final score, your Tufts Jumbos 71. The Connecticut College Camels 42. The Jumbos dominated from the start. It felt like they, had it in the bag from the tip, and a really strong in-conference win for the Jumbos. They're going to move to 5-0 on the season in conference play, 17-2 overall. Really strong overall win for the Jumbos.
Yeah, Jumbos came out firing from the beginning. This Connecticut College zone couldn't keep them in check. Huge games from Scott Jamesi and Josh Bernstein. They combined for 41 points on the day on some very efficient shooting. The Jumbos had a chance to win this game by 40 at some point late in the second half. Brought the substitutes in. It's only going to end up being less than a 30-point win, but a dominant performance from Tufts today, and they continue to build momentum deeper into this NESCAC season. We'll see what happens next Friday when they take on Wesleyan. Little check-in on that game. Wesleyan has pulled away a little bit. They are up 8 over Trinity, but we will be right back for a post-game interview.
We're going to step aside really quickly.
We are back here, at Cousins Gymnasium after this huge Tufts win with Scott Jamesi. Right off the bat, you guys kind of came out and dominated, and you had a lot of success against this zone defense, that Connecticut College ran. Was that part of the game plan coming in, or something you guys just adjusted to as the game went on?
No, it's known. I mean, they've ran that zone defense for as long as I've been here, as long as the older guys. When I was a freshman, the seniors, they've known the zone. So these guys in their program, they come in, they learn that zone from day one. So, yeah, it was known in the scout, and that was sort of the game plan. We put a ton of sets in throughout the week, and it really helped us in terms of execution today, obviously with the final score. And I think we, put up a solid amount of points given it's a limited number of possessions in a zone game.
And you guys built up a big enough lead that pretty much everybody on the roster got a chance to get in and play today. How does that feel as a teammate to get to watch some guys who maybe don't always get as much run come in at the end of the game and get a chance to play?
I mean, it's unbelievable, man. We have 18 guys on our roster, and like you said, on any given day, we got guys up and down that can play. And unfortunately, just the nature of basketball, you can't really have an 18-man rotation. So, you know, as a starter, as someone who's involved in playing when we're on the regular, it's nice to get those other guys in because they work just as hard, man. You know, like everyone deserves a shot, and obviously some are younger, some have been in the program for a longer time, but it's always a blessing to see everyone get involved.
And we've been tracking along that Wesleyan Trinity game going on right now. Wesleyan 18-0 coming in today. You guys have them next Friday in Connecticut. Has that been circled on your schedule, or is it just another game as far as you guys are concerned?
Just another game. We go one game at a time, one day at a time. Yeah, that's how we roll.
Thank you so much. Great game today.
Absolutely.
Great having you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
I'm Jared Cohen for JumboCast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge win today. Jumbos over the Connecticut College Camels. We'll see you back, men's basketball, on Friday versus Wesleyan, 18-0. That's a big game. We'll see you then.